It is currently 2 a.m. in the morning, Monday morning to be exact. And I can't sleep. I can't sleep because there's so much on my mind. And I felt like I wouldn't be able to fall asleep until I got some of this off my chest. The biggest thing that's on my mind as of right now is trying to understand what I'm afraid of as far as failing. Now, listen, I know in my heart of hearts that I'm a dope photographer. I know that my podcast is pretty dope. I mean, I'm not trying to reach millions. And if I do, great. Like, if I reach millions, great. I don't want to limit myself. But my intention of starting my podcast, my intentions on starting photography seriously in the last year or two, really came from, it started from just something I enjoy doing. And wanting to, I guess, give you guys just a view or allow you guys to come into my life and the things that I enjoy. Now, granted, the photography stuff, it pays me, right? And it's a service. But to be honest, if I could do that for free, I would. I just can't, right? Like, I can't. I'm not a multi-millionaire where I can just be like, hey, I can do this. But I am suffering tonight from the thought of just failure. There's some kind of block that's happening, and I don't know what it is. I'm scrolling through, TikTok on my phone tonight, which probably shouldn't be doing, but I'm scrolling through and I'm seeing people just post things, right? It could be about the big one I've been seeing is my 5 to 9 after my 9 to 5 routine. And it's nothing fancy, nothing special. People are just showing what they're doing when they get off work, how they manage their time, some of the things that interest them. And I'm sure most of them are doing it with just a cell phone. And here I am with a $2,400 camera with another, I don't know, $9,000 to $1,200 lens. My computer is freaking $2,700 or something like that. Like, I have the equipment. I have a phone as well. I have everything I need. There's a block, and I need to figure out what that block is. I can't believe I'm up at 2 in the morning, well, 2:04 now in the morning, talking this out. And I'm going to post this, but as a person who has been creative all his life, and I'm talking about back to the days where I used to draw Ninja Turtles, I used to envision how I wanted, like, just the arm to look with the sword for Leonardo. And I know I'm going left, but my creative juices have always been flowing, always. I see something and my first thought isn't, oh wow, this is great. My first thought is, what can I do to make this better? I started this podcast because of where I was with my mental health. And I know that I've reached some people and assisted them in some ways. Like, some of the stuff that I'm going through, they too went through, and me talking them through it has gotten them, I'm not even going to say it's gotten them through it. I think what has happened is people realize that they're not the only one going through the same thing. And I started this podcast as a journal for myself. And because I enjoy photography and videography, I thought, hey, why not record it, right? And it's going well. It's doing fine. I'm not the guy who's every day looking at the analytics and things of that nature. Actually, I just looked at them today for the first time in, I don't know, maybe a few months. And thank you guys who've watched. Thank you guys who subscribed. Thank you guys who have put a comment down below, who's given me, a thumbs up. I appreciate you guys. It's not a whole lot. I think each video, my first video has like 68 views, but all the other videos has between like 17 and 26 views. And I'm not tripping off that. I'm really not. I'm not tripping off that. I appreciate you guys for listening. But here I am at 2 a.m. stuck and frustrated because I can't figure out what the heck is blocking me from just doing it. And I know a piece of it, a big piece of it, is fear. And it's not fear of what people have to say, because I can care less what people have to say about me. I'm in that stage in my life, right? I'm in that era of my life where I could really care less what you have to say about me. But it's a fear of putting so much time and effort into something and it not working out maybe the way you want it to work out. And I try very hard to not look at where I am versus where somebody else is, because I don't know the path of that person, right? I only know my path, and I don't know my forward path, but I know what has happened for me to get to this point. So the fear is, again, putting in the time, the effort, the consciousness, right? Because when I talk to you guys, I'm not just trying to give you like just random stuff. Like, I really sit down and I think about what the title is going to be and what I'm going to talk about. And sometimes, most of the time, I don't do a script, right? Like, I do bullet points, because I don't want this to be me reading something or me not being as genuine with you guys as possible. Most of it comes from like just the top of my dome. Like, I'll see a bullet point and I'll speak to you on it and what my thoughts, beliefs, and worries, whatever it is, I speak to you guys from my heart. And today is the one from the heart, as transparent as I can be, man. I don't know what the block is. I know it's fear, but I don't know what I'm afraid of. I don't know what it is. A lot of people have fear of like doing stuff like this, like, oh man, somebody I know might see this, right? That's not one of mine. A lot of people have a fear of it may not be good enough. That's not one of mine. I have a very supportive, group. My mom is extremely supportive. My friends are extremely supportive. They may clown me. My guys may clown me every once in a while, but overall, they understand that, number one, they know me, right? And they know where I've been and the things that I've been through. And they know about the battles and the struggles I've had with my mental health. So they understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. And your friends, they'll pick at you a little bit, but it's never anything in the sense of where I don't feel supported. Because if I did, they wouldn't be my friend anymore. But so that's not a fear of mine. Some people fear the way they look. Some people fear the way they sound. It's not a fear of mine. I have to figure out what the fear is. Again, I know it has to do with me putting in the work and putting in the time and it not turning out the way I want it to be. But if I'm being honest with you, I have no clue of how I want it to be. I'm not doing this podcast to get 1 million subscribers. If that happens, fantastic. I get to reach more people. Excuse me. I'm not doing this podcast to have 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Again, if that happens, fantastic. I'm not gonna block the blessing, right? I'm gonna let what's gonna happen. But my fear, I gotta figure out what that is. I gotta pinpoint exactly what that is. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's really something to like think about. And it's weighing on me so heavy that I was on my way falling asleep, and I woke up and I was like, I gotta get this off my chest. I started to pray. And sometimes, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I pray and I got a lot on me, I'll be stuck in a point of my prayer where the prayer won't go. It won't progress. And when that happens, I know that I need to take a pause. Sometimes I'll listen to praise and worship. Sometimes I'll just sit. A lot of times I'll journal. And this is my journal. This is my video journal. So I thought, what better way to get this off my chest than to video journal it? So I know this was a real quick one. Again, I just wanted to get this off my chest, and I hope that me talking about this at the time I'm talking about this, that you understand that you are not the only one who is afraid of progressing. That you are not the only one in this planet, even if it's just you and I, right? Even if you're like, hey, listen, I don't really deal with other people, and people act like they got everything figured out. I'm telling you, the people who watch my content, the people who watch my videos, I'm telling you that you and I are in the same, like we're the same in the sense of we're human and we fear things, right? We feel things, not just fear, but we feel things. So I guess this is my way to encourage you, right? And as much as it encourages you, me talking to you, it encourages me as well. Your feedback, text messages I get, phone calls I get, it keeps me going. So you and I, we are going to conquer this fear. I don't know how yet, right? The only thing I know is to pray, right, to the man upstairs. But you and I are gonna conjure the strength. We're gonna gather the strength together to conquer this fear, whatever that fear may be for you. We're gonna conquer this fear. Okay, we're gonna get through it. I don't care what it is. We're gonna get through it. I thank you guys for listening. I thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. If you guys have any questions, man, seriously, I'm not one of those people who look at my comments and don't respond. If you guys have any questions, you guys can contact me on here. You can contact me on TikTok. And I've never done a plug. You know I don't do plugs. You can contact me on TikTok on the.afterthought.podcast. Okay? You guys can contact me there and on YouTube. All right? And let's talk. Let's get past this fear. I know that a community does things so much better than just one person. Right? Think about it. If I poke you, that's annoying. But if I put all 5 fingers together and punch you, that packs a pretty punch. I know that's corny, but it's true. It's facts. All right? So, listen, this is the Afterthought podcast with your host, me, Derek Daniels. Let's be transparent. Let's be real. Let's get through whatever this block is to face our fears and defeat them. All right. I look forward to talking to you the next time. Have a good one. Peace.